Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Disco Elysium. You may notice I'm wearing a different shirt than I was before. The reason being, this shirt here takes away from my suggestion powers because of its unsavory odor, which is kind of hilarious. So this one I'm wearing, which is... I mean, it looks a lot worse, but it doesn't smell. So it gives me a bonus and not a detriment, so that's something, I suppose. I want suggestion here because I'm going to go talk to Evrart, the boss. And there are some skill checks in here that I might fail. So I'm going to try and be as unfailury as possible. Because last time he literally killed us by dropping our morale low enough, which is kind of funny. What's going on? What's happening? Oh. Weird. I was pushing directions and things weren't happening. Let us talk to Evrart Clare, shall we?
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in a tree.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Dubois.
It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk. So my surname must be Dubois, I guess.
Evrart Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
I've since learned that you can actually do this, I think it was a couple episodes back, that you can do this while you're in the middle of a conversation. So if the conversation is leading to a point where you're gonna die, you can save yourself.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Well, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
True, because he's the manager of multiple places, so he probably dislikes unions generally.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Keep it, I'm good.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms over his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
I mean, that's what he was going for, clearly.
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
I'm not worried. I got this.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me.
Harry Dubois.
Don't be.
That's my name.
Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Don't panic.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
You're right, Harry. You should let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Actually, the chair is... Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use the glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Thank you, Kim.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
Enough wackiness, let's get back to business.
Things do always turn real wacky when you and I are in the same room, don't they, Harry? Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Huh. What's the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Kvalsund brain.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Thanks, Rhetoric. I do like the way that it does this sometimes, because a lot of the time I'll think of Rhetoric as if it's logic, but it's not. Rhetoric is kind of a... Rhetoric is like logic without knowledge, right? Like, the way it's talking, it's like... Obviously, my logic would say that's a stupid idea. You can't, like, convince an inanimate object to open for you. But Rhetoric is like, well, you can ask people for things. Why can't you ask this for things? You know what I mean? It's kind of an ignorant logic. Is probably the best way of putting it, I suppose. It's an interesting distinction between the two. I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals?
Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martin Hayes. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy.
Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
I mean, it's a power move, but at the same time, he's not entirely wrong.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. He wants to be in the... He's quite happy having the strike go on forever. Because it doesn't really affect his power. If anything, it just bolsters his power. Interesting. This implies that he's willing to negotiate, but you have to jump through hoops for him to be able to do it, right? What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gumol?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
You called him a midget?
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
Interesting. It was like, that was like kind of anger coming out, and then he cut it off with this kind of facade of we're all pals, interestingly. Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Funnily, Joyce didn't mention a casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
Joyce seems to think the union is lowballing her.
Yes, yes. Low-balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
Good to know.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Evrart doesn't mind.
So speaking in the third person is weird.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
I've just finished investigating the local drug trade.
You've got a lot of spirit clearing up the drug problem alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now, let's talk real business.
Actually, Rivershell doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him.
Interesting. Interesting. He dismissed it, but he didn't, like, dismiss it guiltily, according to my rhetoric. I'm kind of metagaming this somewhat because this was a success, which makes me think that this is a correct assumption. I assume when I get a failure, it's an incorrect assumption, and when I get a success, it's a correct assumption, you know what I mean? That's the problem with this, is you can kind of metagame it in that way, but... Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Your community leader, help your community out.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race science. He's had enough of that.
Okay, so that guy's name is Jean-Luc, I guess. His machine head, right?
You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone.
Thank you.
Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Hold on, could you really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
I will not be blackmailed with this gun business.
Harry! I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing.
Okay.
I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
You called me Mr. Dubois, why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
That's really my name.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
My memory's fine, I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Oh, Harry. You are the most regular, traditional, by-the-book law official imaginable.
I just want to do my job, that's all.
As do we all, Harry. We're all just trying to do our best, aren't we? I'm gonna help you do yours.
I'll try having another look, because I already read the shipping folders.
Everart's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
What is my full name?
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
Okay, I like it. I can work with that.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
Does it say anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids? Or
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
I'd be a wonderful father.
Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's talk about other matters for a moment.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
I'm annoyed I fucked up that check, considering it was a pretty high chance of getting it. I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body and your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
You've heard wrong, Evrart. We're not.
Oh, you're being too modest, my friend. But don't worry. This annoying thing I have is completely legal. I just need you to open a door.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
I bet you don't know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
I'll look into it.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers.
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. one last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
I'm going to leave now, but we may talk again later.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Wow. So someone's been a little boring.
No, I'm not. Get out of here. Doesn't let me go behind his office, unfortunately. Well, that took 25 minutes. So I think that's probably going to be the end of the episode, actually, because that conversation was long. But we're going to get Measurehead's help to take the body down, I suppose. Let's just check here. We have a level up. I'm trying to think of things that would be useful to level up. My initial plan was to do, like, full perception, full visual calculus. But I think I'm going to save the level up. This was a tip I got in the comments, and now I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. When I have a check that I want to do, I can level up. I can try the check. If it fails, I can level up and do the check again. For some of the checks. Some of the checks are one and done, but there are quite a few others that are try them. If they fail, you can try again. So I think I just saved the level up at this point, as long as I remember it's there. Open apartment door for Evrart. Evrart asks you to open a basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to intimidate the occupant. Do what you have to. Evrart has promised to give you info on the case in return. And go to Measurehead on the gates and ask him how to get the body down. Cool. Well, we'll go get the body down next episode, because that's rather important, and the fact we haven't done it yet is kind of ridiculous. So we'll do that next episode. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, so if you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye, guys.